on the couch in front of the coffee table with Ellen on her lap. According to the defendant, after he tried and failed to take Ellen from Caitlyn as she sat on the couch, he crossed the room and went to his desk. From his desk, he grabbed this, his Beretta 9mm semi-automatic pistol. That gun had a loaded magazine in it, but no bullet in the chamber. According to the defendant, after he grabbed the gun, he racked it in the slide back, putting a bullet in the chamber. The gun was now ready to fire. The defendant walked back across the room from his desk, around the coffee table, and stood in front of Caitlyn to her left. He grabbed Ellen and gripped her from her mother's arms with his left arm, holding a pistol in his right. After grabbing Ellen, holding her in his left arm, he stepped back and pointed his gun at Caitlyn's head. At this point, Caitlyn was sitting on the couch alone. She was unarmed. The defendant stood between Caitlyn and the exit. Ellen went in one arm, gun in the other. At that time, Caitlyn did not have a car. She did not have a bus ticket. Family was hours away. As Caitlyn sat on that couch, holding Ellen in his arm, stepping back, the defendant pulled the trigger. He did not miss. He fired one bullet. That bullet entered Caitlyn's skull on the left side of her head, traveled through her brain, and exited to the right side. The gunshot was loud. According to the defendant, Ellen immediately started grabbing her ear and complaining, "Noise." The defendant went to the garage and put her in the car. This is what the defendant told the detectives later about what he was thinking at that moment after shooting Caitlyn in the head. He told them that he knew, in his words, that he was screwed. He understood what had happened, and he understood the consequences. He went back in the house. He got Balin, who was still in her car seat. He grabbed clothes for himself and for the girls. He grabbed food and water. He grabbed pillows and blankets. He put all of these things into his car. He grabbed his desktop computer. You see it there in the defendant's car. After packing up those supplies with both girls in the car, the defendant started to drive. The defendant left his apartment in Maryland sometime between 5:38 p.m. and 6 p.m. on February 29th. He drove to Concord, arriving a little bit before 9 p.m. In Concord, the defendant sent a video of the girls, his mother, and then he called his parents. At 10:08 p.m. in Concord, he called them and told them what he had done. He said, "I killed Caitlyn." He said, "You should probably call the police." He also said, "I'm going to go dark. I'm turning off my phone." He said he would turn himself in, but he wanted some time with the girls before he did it. At about 10:22 p.m., the defendant did turn off his phone. According to him, he drove west into New York State. At some point, he stopped. He and the girls slept in the car in the back seat. According to the defendant, when he woke up the next morning, he decided he turned himself in. So he started driving back to New Hampshire. as the defendant drove through Keene, morning of March 1st, decided to have breakfast somewhere with his girls. While driving, he was seen and he was placed under arrest. The murder weapon, a 9mm Beretta semi-automatic pistol, of the story. Defendant spoke with the state police at length. That interview was audio and video recorded. You will be able to see it for yourselves. You will be able to see the defendant's body language, his demeanor, and his tone of voice. You will see that the defendant was calm and in control when he described killing Caitlyn Naffziger. I've already shown you a few of the things that he said during that interview. You will see those and more presented during this trial. Those statements are just some of the evidence that will prove the defendant is guilty. Caitlyn is dead. She is dead because the defendant became angry that she refused to leave his apartment. She is dead because she would not stop holding her 4-year-old daughter. And that made the defendant mad. So he grabbed his gun, took Caitlyn's daughter away from her, and shot her in the head. After you've heard all the evidence in this case, it will be up to you, the jury, to deliberate and deliver a verdict. When that time comes, when you have had all of the evidence placed in front of you, you will know, beyond a reasonable doubt, that the defendant is guilty. You will know that the defendant murdered Caitlyn Naffziger. Just like the defendant knew from the moment that he fired his gun, you will know